Now you want to say something?
Why are you out here? Why is there important for you to be out here? I'm out here for injustice. I am tired of what is happening around the world. I am tired of what's happening in America. But us as a country, Jamaica, before we start talking about what's happening in America, we need to talk about what's happening within us. I'm out here because I'm outraged about what happened to Susan Bogle. I am not somebody that reads newspapers every day. I'm not somebody that is on the front line every day. But now that I'm aware and I'm reading and I'm researching and really seeing what's happening, Susan Bogle needs justice. How is it that the police, the military, the JDF, there's no consequences being held? This is not a wagonist approach. This is about, let us start about what's happening here in our own country, Jamaica. Yes. This is it. Yes, what happened to George Floyd is wrong. Yes, we see the global protest, but what is happening here? We need to weed out the bad cops. What about the man who died in prison, 30, 40 years in prison with no trial? No trial? That is what this is about. We are wagonists because we're jumping on. Enough is enough. What is happening? What is happening? I'm tired of it. Then racism in the happening here in our own country, Jamaica. Yes. This is it. Yes, what happened to George Floyd is wrong. Yes, we see the global protest, but what is happening here? We need to weed out the bad cops. What about the man who died in prison, 30, 40 years in prison with no trial? No trial? That is what this is about. We are wagonists because we're jumping on. Enough is enough.
What's going on in Jamaica now? So now everybody wants to protest. Everybody wants to protest about George Floyd right now. What about Castillo? What about Trayvon Martin? Why didn't those guys break the camel's back, but George Floyd break the camel's back? I send a condolence to these guys that I mentioned, to their family, and I also send a condolence to George Floyd family also. My condolence. What happened should have never happened. When I watched that video, I was sick to my stomach. That should have never happened. But this video goes out to the Jamaicans. I'm from Jamaica, but this goes out definitely to you guys. Why are you protesting now? And your state is not because what America is going on with. So why weren't you protesting before? For the injustice going on in Jamaica. There mad people got killed. Within the past few days of George Floyd incident. There 3 people got shot. African American got shot over here. Based off of that. And there's double murder about 2 days ago in Jamaica. Susan Bogle shot in her house. Then another kid got knocked off his bike by an undercover car. You guys didn't protest then. And if you guys did protest, why are you guys protesting at the embassy? Explain that the injustice that's going on in Jamaica right now, you're protesting at the embassy. How that make that make sense to me? How you gonna protest at the embassy for injustice when you're supposed to go up by Andrew Onis, go by his section and protest, go by the police division, go protest, go by South Camp Road, by the army and protest, go by the JDF and protest, go by these police stations, go in the community and protest. You going to the goddamn embassy? Why are you going to the embassy to protest injustice for Miss Bogle? Tell me how that makes sense. You're not jumping on the back wagon. Before, you guys would never said anything. You guys would never said anything until this nonsense happened. You guys have never said anything until this nonsense happened. You guys want to protest because now you guys jump on the back wagon because you see American flag at the embassy and you guys going on to protest. Go to the goddamn police station and protest this nonsense. You guys can miss me with this nonsense. You're going to say, oh, I'm not jumping on the back wagon. But then you say, oh, I'm a wagonist. What's the difference? Explain that to me, clown. What's the difference between jumping on the back wagon and wagonist? Listen to what you're talking about. Before, there was no protesters out there. when you guys made this date to go protest. There was little to nobody out there. When the police showed up, and then a representative from the embassy came out, a Caucasian guy came out, that's when you guys come out and start the protest. When the police came, you guys scattered. So you guys are not serious about this. You guys are not serious about it. You guys are not protesting on behalf of the family. You're protesting for your own freaking needs and wants. There's mad killing going on in Jamaica, mad kidnapping, mad raping going on in Jamaica. You guys never said anything because it's not affecting you. It doesn't fall in your agenda. But this, because Mr. Floyd has passed away indecently, you guys want to say something now? You guys want to protest peacefully? Why don't you go in your community? You got so much church in Jamaica. Why don't they go and talk to these guys? Don't act like they don't know these guys that are in these communities. But nobody say anything. But you want to take the thing that's going on in America and try to mimic it back in Jamaica. That racism is also in Jamaica. Listen, nobody said anything about the goddamn Chinese in Jamaica. The Chinese own the most wholesale business in Jamaica, the most counterfeit product in Jamaica. And when they do a bust on fake goods, who comes out in cuffs? It's not a Chinese man comes out in cuffs. It's a black Jamaican man come out in cuffs. Not one Chinese come out in cuffs. And you can go downtown for years, you see the same Chinese store selling fake goods, and you guys have never said anything. You guys have never said anything, but you want to use what's happening in America and say, it's for Miss Bogle? It's for the injustice that's going on in the country? You guys would have never come out and said anything if it was for the incident happening here in America. That comes to Jamaica every year when it's possible. Every year when it's possible. And this lady have the nerve to say she don't come out that much often. She do not read the newspaper. That's your response. That's your fault. That's your fault not to be informed. So if you didn't read the newspaper, you have never come out here then. Because that means that shows you that you didn't give a shit. You did not care the entire time till now. Because it's viral what happened. We have these artists in Jamaica that will not come out and stand up for injustice in Jamaica. But now y'all want to say something? Y'all want to say something now for the injustice that's going on right now? And then you have people say, oh, they're doing their best. Why you downplaying them? No. Don't do that. At one point in 2018-17, people was dying like crazy. People was getting kidnapped like crazy. You guys said nothing. Andrew Holness did nothing. Then you have Jasmine. Recently got kidnapped. Condolence to her family. You have the Prime Minister come out of his way for this one person. When you have thousands of people getting killed in Jamaica, you guys said nothing. But he come out his way for this one person because she's impaired. What about a brand new baby or a newborn that just born? Is he or she impaired? Because they can't wipe their own butt. They can't make their feeding. Wouldn't you consider that impaired for the time being? Until they grow up and they get fend for themselves? You have the Prime Minister come out his way to ask the public to look out for this young lady. Hope her safe return. What about the other people that I've never had the opportunity to return. I never had the opportunity to hear an official come out and beg for their safe return. And you guys go jump on this bandwagon, what's going on in America. It's been going on for years. I never see you guys protest like this before. And you guys want to go to the embassy for Miss Susan Bogle? How that makes sense? For injustice, you going for injustice for Susan Bogle at the embassy. How stupid do you look? Go to Andrew area where he lives or work. Go to the JDF, Upsalt Camp Road. Go to them and protest right there. Go to the police station. Go to your community and protest. You guys would never do it. You guys would never do it. But now you guys want to do something about it. What about the African Union? That's supposed to protect and defend all black people across the world. They haven't said shit. But you guys want to talk about injustice now because shit is viral. You guys can miss me with this nonsense. And that lady talked about, you didn't read the newspaper, you don't really pretty much do anything until now. You're a clown. They always teach kids growing up, reading is power, or knowledge is power. But you yourself don't read the newspaper until now. You don't even know what's going on around you until now. Lady, you need to go home and go sit your ass down because what you're saying is nonsense. What you're saying is nonsense, and you guys need to fix the nonsense that's going on in our country, in Jamaica. The Chinese are taking over. These investors that's in Jamaica right now, they are more aggressive than ever. These investors are aggressive more than ever. And you can see it. JPS just raised the light bill due to the crash, due to the COVID. And they refuse to absorb some of the costs due to the oil price going down or going up. But then you guys don't protest about that. You guys don't protest about the expensive light bill. You understand that Jamaica is almost number 5 top most expensive light consumer? We pay the most, 5th. We're on 5th right now for the cost for power. 5th in the world as a small country. Go protest about that. Go protest about the guy that got knocked off his bike by an undercover cop car and died a few days later in the hospital. Go protest about that. Go protest about Susan Bogle. To Andrew Onis and to your counselors. Don't use Mr. Floyd as a stepping stone for your nonsense that's going on in your country. You should be doing this, but way before this happened. Don't say, oh, he breaks the camel back. There's multiple people die every day by Caucasian, by police. And you guys never did anything. You guys didn't protest like this. But because there's an American flag at the embassy, you want to protest for injustice for Miss Bogle. What American flag has to do with injustice in Jamaica? It has nothing to do with it. Y'all clowns, you need to get your shit straight, son. Y'all need to get your shit straight. And lady, you need to go read and inform yourself before you come out here talking nonsense. Oh, I'm not jumping the bandwagon. Any of your statement, you can say you're a wagonist. You so dumb. You so dumb. Clowns, man.
That is what this is about. We are wagonists because we're jumping on. Enough is enough.